Lauren Nagel.
And I'm Alex Ernst.
And this is your Weird National News. Friday, a crocodile was caught wandering around a California mall. According to ABC News, the croc was left outside the Roseville pet store because someone simply did not want it anymore. The crocodile was 4 feet in length and was discovered with its snout duct taped shut. California Fish and Wildlife officials have the crocodile under care and have been feeding it rainbow trout to keep it healthy and hope to donate the animal to a local zoo.
Oh, that's sad. I hate animal neglect.
That's just awful. Taking
One squirrel managed to cause $300,000 in damages to a building, according to the Huffington Post. Department officials said the squirrel got into the electrical equipment of the community center that was set to open in June. The power surge damaged the heating and air conditioning systems, along with the boiler system. The repairs will be covered by insurance, but unfortunately, the squirrel did not survive.
So they just find like a dead squirrel laying there.
Just electrocuted.
Oh my gosh, ew, too bad. A Seattle sewage plant wants to be considered a wedding venue. ABC News reports that the Bridgewater Treatment Center has a full kitchen, ample parking, and even a dance floor. The director of the Bridgewater Environmental Education and Community Center, Suzanne Tallarico, says that guests can celebrate feet away from where waste is processed. After being on the market as a venue for 7 months, one couple finally booked the plant for their wedding. That sure seems a bit trashy.
Sounds romantic in a sewage plant.
A little smelly.
A pot vending machine is set to debut, according to the UPI. A Colorado company has introduced the first ever marijuana dispensary called the Zaz machine. The user swipes their license to verify their identity and age, then pot is dispensed through the opening. This Zaz machine will eliminate the middleman because they can't lose track of inventory because stealing from the machine is impossible.
What if you just steal the machine?
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
Get a forklift.
Come on, guys. 2 Minnesota robbers turned themselves over to the police when one of them butt-dialed 911 as they discussed their crime. The St. Paul Pioneer Press reports that police got a call from a cell phone's emergency feature that does not require the phone to be unlocked. Authorities located the men who were charged with third-degree burglary of a television and a few other items.
That is really coincidental.
Yeah, I think it's kind of neat.
Karma. According to the Huffington Post, Bryan Cranston, who we all know as Walter White from the TV show Breaking Bad, assists a young boy with asking his crush to their high school prom. He channeled his character Walter and said, "If you don't go to prom with Stefan, then maybe your best course of action would be to tread lightly." Later that day, Stefan tweeted at Bryan Cranston, "She said yes. What a lucky girl."
That's awesome. I love when celebrities do nice things for people.
Right, he's a cool guy.
Yeah, that's great. Tuesday, a Texas woman was arrested when she told local authorities that she was sold bad pot. Reuters.com reports that Evelyn Hamilton, age 37, was incarcerated after she also told police that she wanted a refund from her pot dealer. Hamilton was released after paying a $500 bail. A day later, Hamilton was arrested for public intoxication.
My goodness. How stupid can you be?
Apparently pretty stupid.
According to the UPI, a judge in Ohio ordered a man to stand outside wearing a sign for 5 hours. The sign read, "I am a bully, I pick on children that are disabled, and I am intolerant of those that are different from myself. My actions do not reflect an appreciation for the diverse South Euclid community that I live in," unquote. He harassed his neighbors during a 15-year feud, so the judge came up with this unique punishment so he would learn his lesson. He played loud music and put spotlights in their windows so they couldn't sleep at night, and bullied the mom who adopted 2 black children with developmental disabilities. I sure hope he learned his lesson after this punishment.
I like this. We should do this more often for people.
I agree.
That's all for our Weird National News, but stay tuned because when we come back, we have Susanna and Jacob with This or That.
Welcome back to the weekly What's Up. I'm Susanna Shepard.
And I'm Jacob Clore.
And this is This or That.
On this week's episode, we are going to be arguing the advantages and disadvantages of driving your car to campus or riding the bus. Now, I think that riding the bus is way more convenient. It saves money, and it's just an all-around better decision.
And then me, on the other hand, for not having a car my entire freshman year, now that I do have a car, I am totally pro your own automobile. It gives you so much more freedom. You can drive wherever. And Tech, although our parking isn't the grandest, we still have that huge parking garage that you can get a spot. And it's not too far of a walk, considering the majority of my time is spent on the academic side of campus. And then campus here is so pretty that it doesn't even faze me to have to walk if I want to go to Owens or somewhere else, but I spend most of my time at Turner anyway, so.
I mean, I think the bus is a much more convenient option because how much did your parking pass cost you, Susanna?
Okay, point proven.
Boom! Anyway, I just definitely think I work at a dining hall. I work at Turner Place. And to think that like a whole month of my pay would go towards paying for a parking pass, that's definitely a turnoff right there. And the fact that you have to pay for your, there's like a fee that you have to pay with the Blacksburg Transit. It's like $50 or something like that. Why not use it? I mean, it's just an easy, like, show them your Hokie passport. You're going wherever you want to go.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I use the bus as much as I'd use my car. It just depends on the day. Like, whenever, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have 8 a.m.s, and I do not feel like seeing the majority of people that go to this school at 8 a.m. So I just hop in my car and drive, park in the parking garage, and take the quick walk to my lab. And that way I avoid the majority of students, and I don't have those awkward bus conversations. Like, whenever it's crowded and somebody that you don't even know comes and sits next to you, those are the worst. And then what if they start talking to you? Like, I've had experiences where I've even had headphones in and people have like just started talking to me and I'm just like, do I know you?
Well, you are a pretty attractive cat, Susanna.
Oh, thank you, Jacob. Oh, you're so sweet.
But, I mean, I don't have that problem. I guess that sounds really bad.
Jacob, I'll talk to you on the bus,
Thank you,
pal.
thank you. But like, I have my headphones in, and I don't have that problem of people talking to me if I don't want them to talk to them. I think you just have to, I don't know, I just don't have that problem, so it's definitely not an issue. But the other thing about riding the bus is that, like you said, you're driving as much as you are riding the bus. I mean, it saves a lot on gas because you're not driving there and back, 5 days a week or however many days you drive to campus. So it definitely helps save a little bit, a big chunk of change when you're not driving.
Gas money for sure.
And those prices are so like up and down all the time.
But I feel like that's why the bus fare is so expensive, like $50 for the bus. Whether you use it or not, you still have to pay $50, and that's like going towards the bus's gas. What if you decide you don't want to use the bus? That's $50 out of your pocket without you even really knowing it.
But I think also the thing about the bus is that people give it a bad reputation because they think it doesn't run on time or that it's inconvenient. I think the bus is, I haven't had any problems with the bus myself. I mean, it comes like every 10 minutes to the bus stop. I mean, unless you're like really irresponsible and you're one of those people that like sprints towards the bus. I mean, you don't have to deal with that inconvenience of, like every 15 minutes to every 30 minutes. I mean, it's always there every 10 minutes from like
Except on the
7:30
weekends.
to 6. But
Except on the weekends.
yeah, that's a little bit of a
It's
problem.
a bit of a bummer. And
Yeah.
I've had some pretty experiences with some pretty rude bus drivers. One time I was at Burris. I was literally standing by the bus door with my Hokie passport in hand. He turns, looks at me, waves, and drives off. Like, I was just standing there, and I was like, one of my roommates was a witness to this. She can vouch for me. And I was like, okay. And I had to wait for the next bus to come. And it was so rude. And the worst part was he waved at me.
It's like, bye, I'm not picking you up. But I think those kind of bus drivers are like a dime in a dozen because
A lot of them are really nice. That was just one negative experience
Yeah.
since I'm arguing for cars.
people aren't nobody's perfect, okay? But I don't know, I just feel like the bus is the better way to go. You just have so much more of like, I don't know, it's a better way to go.
But there's also parking on both sides of campus. And after 5, you can park anywhere on campus, which is really convenient for like dinner time. Or if you have late classes, like 5:30, 6:45 classes, that's so convenient to just drive to class. Like McComas has a big parking lot right next to Lane Stadium if you want to go to the gym, which I go to the gym a lot, which is really convenient instead of having to take the bus to campus and then take another bus to the other side of campus. You would have to double bus it.
Yeah, but have you ever experienced the like nightmare that is traffic around here at like 3 or 4 in the afternoon, even
So
5?
true. So true.
I mean, I ride the bus and I kind of pity the people that are stuck at like Perry Street, the parking garage, but there's that huge line of cars, and they're probably taking like a half hour to get home. It's a little bit longer than usual on the bus, but it's only like 15 minutes. So
Okay, yeah.
I just think the bus is like a great entity for the people at Tech, and I think we have a very efficient bus system, and I think it's the way to go for students who live off campus to get onto campus.
I've definitely heard of students like that come to visit from other schools and say our bus system isn't this good. So I mean, I can commend our bus system for that, but I love my car.
Public transit's the way to go. It's the way for the future.
We'll see. Well, that's all we have for this episode of This or That, but stay tuned because when we come back, we have Corey and Olivia with Girls vs. Food.
Hi, and welcome back to the Weekly What's Up. I'm Corey Purvis.
And I'm Olivia Bracia, and this is
Girls vs. Food.
In today's show, we are taking a closer look at a recent article posted by The Telegraph that listed the 20 foods you have to try before you die. Some of these are a little out there.
Our first food, or drink for that matter, is snake wine from Southeast Asia. Next time you're complaining about the tepid Chardonnay you've been served in a pub, just be grateful that you haven't been served a nice glass of snake wine. This popular beverage is believed to have important restorative properties in countries including China and Vietnam. It can either be made by steeping a snake in rice wine or by mixing snake bodily fluids such as blood with the alcohol.
This isn't the first time I've heard of a foreign food that has blood in it, which I
So
feel like
gross.
is not okay. but-
Drinking blood. Oh my god.
The next food on our list comes from Mexico and is known as escamoles. We all know that tequila is a product of the tequila plant or blue agave, but did you know that people also enjoy the ant larvae, which is harvested from the plant's roots? Mexicans supposedly call this unusual snack insect caviar.
Ugh, I can't imagine eating bugs.
I don't even like caviar. So.
Oh yeah, like the whole. Ugh, so disgusting. The third treat you need to try before you die is Dizan. While this food easily sounds like something from your nearby takeout Chinese restaurant, it is far from it. Perhaps one of the most eyebrow-raising foods the world has to offer is the Chinese delicacy Tongzidan, or virgin boy eggs. Every spring in the city of Dongyang, eggs are boiled in the urine of young schoolboys.
I mean,
And then people eat those.
I like Chinese food, but
That's not on my list of 20 foods I need to try.
I can't find it.
Yeah.
Another strange wine that can be found in Asia is baby mice wine, and yes, that is exactly what it sounds like. Baby mice wine is a traditional Chinese and Korean health tonic, which apparently tastes like raw gasoline. Little mice, eyes still closed, are plucked from the embrace of their loving mothers and stuffed, while still alive, into a bottle of rice wine. They are left to ferment while their parents wring their tiny mouse paws in despair, tears drooping sadly from the tips of their whiskers.
Oh my god.
God.
I thought the snake wine was bad. That's definitely worse.
That's the main thing I've
I
ever
know.
heard.
Oh my god. One of the more well-known foods on this list is surströmming, a fermented fish dish from Sweden. It's essentially just herring that has been fermenting in a can for sometimes up to 25 years. The smell of the fish is so pungent that it has to be eaten outdoors, as people have fainted from the scent.
So why do we want to try this?
I don't
before we
know.
die?
This article makes no sense to me, but
Alright. Our final must-try food is called black ivory coffee. Doesn't seem that strange, does it? This is one of the world's most expensive brews at $1,100 per kilogram. For that price, you can expect a smooth, full taste and perhaps a slight earthy hint of elephant dung. Yes, this coffee is made from beans eaten by tied elephants, then plucked from their droppings.
oh my god. I really like coffee, but I doubt I would like that one.
Especially if it comes from poop.
Poop coffee. Delicious. Well, it's all we have time for on this week's episode of Girls vs. Food. Be sure to tune back next week for more weird food fun. Bon appetit.
Welcome back to the weekly What's Up. As always, I'm Macy Kinder.
And I'm Rhiannon Miller. And on today's show, we'll be talking about the best thing on earth, summer. The first day of summer is known as the summer solstice. In the U.S., it falls on June 20th or June 21st each year.
Okay, so what is the solstice?
It's a type of moon that comes out on that specific day that marks the day of summer. That's like when the hottest days are, and that's when the mark of summer is.
I thought it was summer right now.
No, today is...
Wait, it's not even summer?
It is freezing out right now.
But I still thought it was summer. I mean, this is like, what, April?
Honestly,
Okay, I thought at least May was summer.
I mean, my whole life I assumed it was summer, like when it got hot.
Yeah.
But this weather is ridiculous. I don't even know. It's probably still winter, honestly.
Yeah, the solstice is not coming. The names of the key summer months have Roman origins. June is named after Juno, who was the wife of Jupiter. Mark Antony named after July, after Julius Caesar, and August was named after Caesar's nephew, known as Augustus.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
I actually kind of learned that in Latin.
You didn't know that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I mean, it does make sense though if you think of
Yeah.
like Julio is that one July?
Yeah.
That one's July. So
Yes.
that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, that fits pretty well.
So basically, the Romans did they
They-
make it the months?
Roman calendar? Chinese calendar?
Chinese calendar?
I
or
don't
Roman
know. we're
calendar?
blind.
Someone made
I
up
don't
the
know.
months.
Someone made the months up. They're just named after the Roman. One of the more annoying parts of summer are the mosquitoes, which have been around for more than 30 million years. It's said they can find warm-blooded mammals from over 100 feet away.
Okay, I hate mosquitoes.
I hate mosquitoes.
mosquitoes and gnats. Worst thing.
Horseflies.
Horseflies.
The worst.
Don't they bite you?
Yeah, they make you bleed. They hurt.
Are they like a
too.
giant mosquito?
They're a giant mosquito, basically, but they can bite and they hurt.
Are they attracted to like sweat? Like
Well,
gnats?
I live on the water, so I get all the mosquitoes, I get all the gnats, and we also have a pool, so we get all the horseflies, which are attracted to the chlorine.
So basically, I probably won't come over to your house this summer.
Honestly, if I could put a tent over like our backyard and just
Just get a giant net and just put it over your house, and then you're good.
and then we got a mosquito repeller and it just attracted all the mosquitoes more.
Yeah, I feel like any type of insect repellent just tracks them.
Mm-hmm.
Until the early 19th century, there was no summer vacation.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I feel like there's not much summer vacation now,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe that's just because I'm thinking like summer, we have, what, 2 months off?
3 months.
3 months off? But then once you get a job, you're like,
You're basically you don't have
you don't have a summer vacation.
unless you're a teacher.
Okay, yeah. My mom's a teacher,
My
so
mom's
she
a
has
teacher.
summer. Really? No way.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so she always had the summers off
Yeah.
to take us to the pool. And then
Mm.
my dad never got to go
My
because he was
dad
an
never gets
engineer.
to go. Summer school vacations were invented by educator Horace Mann in 1840. Summer vacations in other parts of the world are much shorter than in the U.S.
Okay, well, how would you rather do that? Would you rather have like a longer summer or do it how some countries like they have like quarters
Mhm.
and then 2 weeks off and then another quarter?
I don't know. I feel like that's a tease, but I would like the break, especially
Yeah.
because I can't handle stress. at
Yeah,
all.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would like the break, but maybe they
But I
get
wouldn't
a
want-
summer break, which is a little bit longer.
Like at least 4 weeks. We'll just go ahead and just revamp. all
Revamp
the-
everything.
Revamp the whole school calendar.
Uh-huh.
Because you know I want my break in the summer at least to be
Of
longer. I
course.
hate cold weather.
I hate
I'm not even gonna go outside. I'll be inside.
Uh-huh.
You know, not fasting. That's the summer. I'll be like, you know, becoming dormant. I'll just keep eating like a bear.
Like a bear. Hibernation mode. Summer.
Hibernation. That's what I
Mhm.
was thinking of. July is the month where most ice cream is sold in the U.S. That's why it's National Ice Cream Month. Americans eat about 5.5 gallons of ice cream per year on average.
Ice cream for ice cream.
I probably eat more than 5.5 gallons.
I love ice cream. I'm just telling you right now, that is probably one of my favorite foods.
Do you have a favorite?
There's a toss up. It's either strawberry shortcake or like the cheesecake
The cheesecake?
or mint chocolate chip. But mint chocolate chip probably
Ben and
takes
Jerry's? Ben chocolate chip?
just any kind.
any flavor.
It just takes a cake. But vanilla's always good too.
Double fudge brownie.
I'm a chocolate fiend. So
Yeah, and if it has chocolate in it, but no, I don't want any caramel.
no,
like
no,
don't
no,
put
no,
any caramel
that's
in the ice
too
cream
much.
or nuts.
I like the
don't
little
like-
the brownie pieces. Though.
yeah, the brownie pieces.
Oh my
Excellent.
gosh, we're gonna have to get some ice cream. Watermelon, one of summer's favorite foods, is not a fruit, but actually a vegetable.
Are you sure?
I'm just
I mean,
giving
a
mine.
watermelon. I thought my whole life was a fruit.
Mhm.
It's kind of like the tomato. I thought was a vegetable, and then it was a fruit. So
Fruits.
everything's lying.
Well, all of these fruit vegetables have gender and identity confusion, obviously.
Are you relating the fruit here to your World Women's Feminism class?
Well, that class is a little confusing, so I think I just got lost.
Yeah,
there.
the gender of the
Yeah,
fruit
yeah,
and the
yeah.
vegetable is confused. Many people enjoy throwing frisbee in summer, but they were originally designed as pie plates in the 1870s. Students started throwing them in the 1940s. Okay, what do you think? They had like a party
I can
and
see
they
it
had
right now.
pies and
People
then-
are just at a party and just eating pie and
Maybe
then just
drinking a
throwing
little.
something at people. And
Yeah.
then it flies, and then some frat guy got the greatest idea ever.
and then he was like, let's add a pocket.
In ancient times, most people swam in the nude. Laws about decent swimming attire were created progressively from the 17th century onwards.
Okay, so I feel like they started out kind of nude, but then like
They had
in the
full body
yeah,
suits.
full body suits,
And now we're basically in the nude.
yeah. So pretty soon I bet give us like 20 years we'll be in like full body suits going to the beach.
And then in another 20 years, we'll just be naked.
I don't even want to know what my kids are gonna wear to the beach. I'm a little
I'm kind
scared.
of scared for this generation.
Yeah.
I don't even know about our kids, honestly.
France's Eiffel Tower can grow by more than 6 inches in the summer due to the expansion of iron on hot days.
That makes sense.
Okay, wait. So it expands. Like, where does the extra 6 inches come from?
It just the metal expands in the heat and then contracts in the winter.
Do you think it gets 6 inches shorter in the winter? Like, wait, does it go back 6 inches, or does it
Just probably just goes
like
to
another
its-
6 inches?
I don't know. Probably it's the same original height. I don't know.
You think so?
In the summer, I wonder if you can notice the difference.
You're like, okay. let
That
me just
looks
compare pictures.
about 6 inches taller to me than yesterday.
Yeah.
According to the National Climate Data Center, the average summer temperature within the United States is 71.9 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, I could do that.
I like
Without wind.
No wind, because then it's gonna
The
a little
moment
bit
the
chilly.
wind
Yeah.
hits, everything's
I
much
think
colder.
70 is a little bit low. I could go for 75 and just call it
And
a day.
sunny.
Uh huh.
70 and sunny.
Sunny and
Yeah.
75. Perfect.
The hottest of all summer months is August.
Yes, it is.
I've heard that's the worst time to have a wedding.
August.
Yeah.
Well, I feel bad for the bride. She's probably sweating up a storm.
Probably passed out before she gets on the aisle. Then the groom at the end of the aisle thinks his wife stood him up.
Uh-huh.
Now they're not married.
Well, they're gonna have to get
Yes.
married in the hospital, or like Tori Knox said at a sewage place.
At a stage play, yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's week's episode. I'm Rhiannon Miller.
And I'm Macy Kinder. We'll see you next time.
Do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man? Do you know the Muffin Man that lives on Drury Lane?
Company Center. Community. Never mind. I'll start over.
I can't read tonight. You ruined everything.
To date.
Alright,
Baby.
that's your
The trashy. Sorry, I was we have to repeat the small talk. I'm sorry.
Ant. Words, girl. okay. Okay, that confusing. One
That is
1100.
Yeah, it's
Comma
that.
is displaced.
Yeah, it is.
countdown. 5, 4,
Caesar. Let's redo that one back. I ran it.